Alright everyone, hello, and okay, so we just ended up doing the swap with little Snuggly the crow there, and I am just going to tell you what I used to swap. I didn't swap like all the vendor recipes, but let me go ahead and look here. What I did trade was blood red moss clump, purple moss clump, and blooming purple moss clump, in addition to what I showed you last episode. So that gave me a few twinkling titanites, always good to have. And now I'm going to be heading in this direction here. So one thing to keep in mind when you walk in here is that you do not want to walk through the middle of the floor right away. And I'll explain why in just a second. First, you want to walk all the way along the edge to the right side and go ahead and give yourself a little rest at the bonfire here. Now we're going to, if you have any remaining souls, you might want to go ahead and use them now to level up with. So I'm going to do that as well. I'm going to go ahead and get me a bit of, I suppose I'll do some vitality. Okay. Now, a couple of things to do in this place. A few items to grab, a few enemies to kill. Now, the last thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to drop down into the middle of this area here, and the floor will collapse on me. So that's why I said don't walk in there. There's an enemy that we're going to have to fight, and it's the enemy you saw at the very beginning of the game, and I'll show you again here in just a second. Now, we're going to walk through here. In this area that we came through earlier, you're going to see a black knight waiting on the other end. Now, I like to kill these black knights because sometimes they drop some items that we can use. And they're just fun to fight. So, let's go ahead and work this guy down. Now, we got to be careful. He's, oh crap. He did a 3 attack. Forgot about that. So, in this little area, it's a bit tough to fight. Oh crap. He's running at me. He's going to stab me. Yeah, it's really hard to fight this guy without blocking, so I think I'm going to have to go ahead and block. Just because there's not a lot of room to roll around in. So once he starts his attack... Oh, God. I thought he was doing the 3-pronged attack again. Yeah, so I have a lot of trouble fighting these guys. See, the main problem is that if you take hits, it's hard for you to come back and use a healing potion, because they're really fast at coming out and punishing you for that. Best thing to do is try and block a little bit and then get around behind him and backstab him. Yeah, and blocking is going to be pretty important in this part. If you can get behind him and backstab him, that's going to be the easiest thing. Alright. Now, you'll notice I don't actually block a lot in this playthrough, but getting the endurance high is really strong for blocking because you're going to have a lot more meter. See, whenever he hits my endurance meter with that, when I'm blocking, I have a lot more left to keep attacking, and that's important. Also, I want to make sure I go into the battle, or whatever. He has no life, I just need to attack him. Okay, anyways, yeah, I need to make sure and go into the fights with essentially a full endurance bar, so I have enough to take, you know, like 2 hits and then still be able to attack. Alright, so I killed that guy. He didn't actually drop any items, unfortunately, other than the red titanite chunk, which is, I mean, that's good enough, I guess. So, another thing to note is there is this guy here. Now, we actually did kill him on my playthrough just to get the stuff faster rather than having to talk to him. But most of the time, people will just talk to this guy, so he's going to be here again. And he's gone hollow. And what that means is, like, essentially, enemies in this game that fight you are, it means they've gone hollow. And that's where they kind of like, they lose everything about themselves. They lose their mind. They go insane, essentially. So they're undead that know nothing other than they just want to fucking kill you. And so it's like they've gone feral. That's the best way to kind of describe it, you know? It's like they went from being like, everything about their humanity is gone, essentially. So that's why this game kind of revolves around using humanity. You know, and regaining your humanity is because if you don't regain your humanity, you go hollow, and you become this just mindless, whatever, husk of a once was, you know. So that's kind of an interesting thing to think about in this game. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the strong attack. I actually do like the strong attack on this sword. Like, a lot of people say they like the strong attack on the other one, but I really like the straight attack with the one-handed. Now, I don't like the two-handed version. Like, that sucks, in my opinion. This right here. But when you go one-handed mode, like, it has a lot of strategic advantage because it has such huge reach for a sword. So you get the crest shield, and this crest shield is amazing. You're going to want to use this later on for a boss fight, which I'll get into that later. But Alright, so we need to go up these stairs here. And of course you gotta watch out for that bowling ball, which will roll over you, as it did earlier on in the game. Which is kind of funny. I like to know who actually gets hit by that after they've... I used to get hit by that like every time. Like, ah, crap, I always forget. So we're going to run through here. These are the same easy enemies that we had at the beginning of the game. It's just kind of fun to come back here and see how much easier they are now. And also, at the same time, how strong they still are. Like, they can still kind of annoy the crap out of you. Now, in my playthrough, I didn't actually walk through this doorway. But there are some hollow soldiers over here. And we'll just take them out very quickly. No big deal. Okay, seriously, bro? I'm gonna stab you. So this door right here, you can never go through. Wow, did I like... Oh, I must have... Man, I don't know what I did. I must have missed something. There's a key I'm supposed to have. Now I feel kind of derpy for not having that key. Okay, that's kind of annoying, because I think that the key was the one that was on top of that area. On top of the area, you know what I told you you didn't have to get in the last episode? I think that's actually what you did have to get. Oh well. Essentially, when you go through that doorway, there's a ring you can grab. It's the rusted iron ring. Allows you to walk on water as if there was no water. Alright, so we're going to come down here back to the starting area that we came from. And there is another Black Knight through here that we need to dispatch, as well as an item that I'll be getting that is very important to getting to a kind of a secret area. But I'll show you that in a second. Oh crap. I have my shield out. Oh crap. Sometimes it's hard for me to get behind. There's like a sweet spot you have to kind of stand at in order to backstab enemies. And it's not always as easy as it seems. It's like, well, I'm behind them, why am I not backstabbing them? Well, there's a sweet spot you gotta get at. It's way more annoying for PvP because it's very hard to backstab people in PvP. But at the same time, it's easy to get backstabbed because there is the latency issue. If someone gets to your sweet spot, you may not think they're there, but... You know, there's all that stuff to consider. He just broke my guard there, as you saw. Ow, I must not have been blocking correctly. I've died to these guys so many times. Like, I don't even want to talk about it. It's embarrassing. As you can see, like, I understand how to play this game, and I'm still not good at fighting these guys. Once you get a good enough weapon, it's not so bad. There we go, I died. Like a big scrub. I ran out of endurance. So that's the thing. If you take a few hits, you're going to run out of endurance. And he'll knock your shield away like that. And then he'll kill you. So, alright. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Let's take care of this business. I actually need to head this way. It's probably faster. So I'm going to run around this side here. Now you got to watch out for this guy. Obviously, he's going to stab you if you try and just walk past him. Annoying little pygmy men. Hollows. Don't like those guys at all. Alright, let's climb down the ladder here and regain our souls. Another thing is that I'm actually using this armor that is not the heaviest. If I really wanted to be, like, since I'm not dodging a lot, let me show you another strategy to use here. Like, since I obviously can't really dodge out of this knight's attacks, this is where having like another set of armor is pretty good. So what I can do is I can equip the stone helm, which we got earlier from the forest, and well, just the whole stone set in general. Now I'm gonna move like super slow, and my endurance is actually gonna recharge slower as well. But if I get hit, you'll notice that I'm just gonna take essentially like no damage, pretty much. So watch out. Look how slow I go. Oh yeah, see this guy? Remember seeing him from the first part of the game when you first start playing? That's the guy we're gonna fight in just a second, and he's pretty tough. Alright, I am slow as hell. Here we go, there's the backstab. Now if I wanted to, and I can show you this, I can just sit here and swing at him. And he's not gonna interrupt my attack. Actually, he does a lot of damage. So even with the armor, like, he still kicks my ass. But that goes to show you, like, if he had hit me twice like that with the other armor on, I probably would have died. And he can't really knock me back, if I'm not blocking anyways. If I'm not blocking, he can't really interrupt my attacks because I have so much poise with this armor on that interrupting it is very hard. Now, anytime you try and block, you're going to get that interrupted easily if you run out of endurance. So what I'm trying to show you here is that you can kind of just sit there and swing away at him while being attacked, whereas normally you can't do that. Now obviously I'm a little bit low on HP, so I can't take a lot of hits. But I can just keep on attacking. Like normally if he hit me like that, that would interrupt me for long enough for him to just keep on swinging at me. So that's kind of what I was trying to show you there. Alright, let's go ahead and put back our garb that we were actually using that had the right weight distribution. And I actually think I look pretty stupid right now, but hopefully that will get changed once I acquire the right items and whatnot. So let's take a look around. What was I wearing? I can't remember. Iron bracelet? No. I do need to upgrade this lighter weight stuff. I didn't do it earlier because I didn't have the right amount to do so, but I can't remember which one of these I was wearing. Let's see, 13, 14. This is actually 14 with less weight. Or the 13, which is only one less, for even less weight, so. Let's do that. The black matches my hood, right? Golden skirt, or shirt, whatever you want to call it. That looks good. I think so. Back to rolling quickly. That's what we like. So we now pick up the peculiar doll, and what this will do is allow us to actually go into the secret world. It's the painted world of Artemis or something like that, which we'll get to once we get to Orlando. And that's a little ways off, probably a couple episodes from now. However, it's a pretty interesting area. It's definitely something that was really annoying my first time through, because it was a bit difficult, but once you figure out all the stuff, it's not too bad. Okay, so we've taken that dude out, and let's head down here. And what we're gonna do is, oh, actually, I need to redo my Estus flask. Wait, can I level up? I cannot. I need 9,500. So yeah, obviously, like most games, each time you level up, you require more and more. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and drop down here and fight this guy. We're going to go two-handed mode. There's no... Oh, God. So when you fall down, you're going to take damage. You're going to have to heal yourself, so get prepared for that. And you're going to need to roll out of the way of this guy as quickly as possible, because he will mess you up. You got to get behind him. So that's the hardest part for me, is always just falling down here. Now he does that shockwave attack, and it will basically hit everything that's in front of him. So you always need to stay behind him. Now obviously he's going to jump up in the air, and that's going to be a problem. Oh, and when he hits the ground like that, you kind of have to move away as well. It's been a while since I fought this guy, but that's essentially the strategy. Oh crap! So I kind of effed that up. That was not how you do this fight. So let's try this again without being bad at the game. So once again, I got to kill both of these guys, and make sure you always kill these guys before you fall down, because if you fall down and those guys fall on your head, it's gonna suck. Think about. Let's try and fall from this side. It's really not any different. Rather than healing myself, let's go ahead and run right away. Alright, that helped a little bit. Okay. So, essentially just run as soon as you fall down here. Now, he has a few attack animations to watch for. When you see him attacking the ground such as that, like that, that's going to hit an AoE around him. That means you need to move away. Okay, now he's going to do the swing like that. That's going to hit only in front of him. But he usually doesn't do that swing unless you're in front of him. So now he's going to hit the ground, move back. And the idea here is to run up, hit him once or twice, and then move away. It's really all the time that you have. So this fight is all just hit and run, hit and run. And always try and stay behind him. Stab him in the butthole, or the gonads, or the gooch, or whatever you're stabbing him in. I don't know. That's, I don't know. If I was getting stabbed in the gonads by a midget constantly like that, I would probably be a very sad man. This is why it's not advantageous to be a giant, I think. Giants have issues of many people stabbing them in undesirable places. Oh crap, I just got sat on. Do not get sat on by Sumo Man here. Sumo Demon. I can't remember the first time I did this. I don't know why I was so bad at it, but I died so many times. And it's really not even a hard fight. You just run up and you stab him, and he'll die in a second. And obviously, you're going to want to do two-handed weapon. There's no reason to do one-handed. I mean, you can't block his crap, so. So no point in trying to do that. There we go. Got a little bleed effect off on him, I think. Didn't really do a lot, but I do like the bleed effect on enemies. It's really cool to watch that blood spurt, like bleh. There it goes. About 2 or 3 more attacks and I'll have him down. And one more. Are you kidding me? I thought he was dead! Oh my god! I thought he was dead, and then I died. Oh my god. Alright, whatever. So let's just fast forward to that. I'll just kill him really fast. Oh, the biggest underestimate of the year right there. Holy crap. I was like, yeah, I win the fight. He's like, no, I sit on you. Son of a bitch. And there we go. So, stabbed him a few times. He's dead. GG. No problem. Ha. Right. So, the main thing here, you want to make sure and pick up the titanite slab. This is an important item because it will allow you to upgrade your either your weapon or a piece of armor to the maximum amount. Now, you have to be very choosy on which one because it's very rare that you get titanite slabs in this game. Like, this demon is pretty much the only way you can get it other than, like, a very rare drop. So you have to just jump through that area there. You'll be good to go. So we got 20,000 souls to use for upgrading. We'll go ahead and use that one whenever we feel the need. Okay, the next thing to do is leave this place. We're actually going to head out. Well, first, let's go ahead and level up, I suppose. Go ahead and get as many more points into vitality. I really need to get that vitality up so I can survive some of these bigger hits that I'm taking. And that floor, now that we beat him, is going to stay that way. Main thing we want to do is not die to these mofos right here. I'm not even going to fight them because I hate fighting them. So let's head back to Snuggly the Crow. Now, if you're stupid like me and you forgot to grab the key, then you can go ahead and go back, jump down, and grab the key, and come back and get the rusted iron ring. So I'm not really going to show me doing that. I may not even get it right now, to be honest. But for now, we're going to be good. Okay, so now we landed back at this area. The next thing for us to do is to head to Sin's Fortress. So we're going to probably go ahead and do that now. And once we head to Sin's Fortress... Alright, so by the way, here's the key right here. Whoop. Undead Asylum F2 West. So that is the key that you need in order to unlock that area. Oops. Kind of did not mean to fall down right there, but not a big deal. Not a big deal. is pretty much where we need to go. Alright, so we gotta head up here and go all the way back through the church area. And all the way back to our little buddy at the forge, I suppose. Now, if I guess if you did not spend all your souls at this point, you can actually buy a few things from him and like upgrade your other pieces of gear or whatever you have. So if you haven't upgraded your stuff to as much as it'll go, then I suggest doing that now. Also, you do need a few extra because now that I think about it, we have those extra pieces. We have the, I guess, what is it I'm trying to say? We have the Ember, which allows us to upgrade from +5 to +6, and then go up from there. So we are going to need a few things from him. Let's go ahead and do our best to upgrade what we've got. I'm going to go ahead and save my game here. Now, you may want to actually upgrade this to... Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and... You want to upgrade this fire to... you want to kindle it, essentially, is what I'm trying to say. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's use our double souls. This is generally when I use my double souls here. Twin humanities. This you need 2 in order to kindle the flame and reverse your humanity. So we'll spin those now. Reverse hollowing. The other cool thing about this is that being human form, we have the risk of being invaded at Sin's Fortress now. And people do like to mess with people at Sin's Fortress, so one thing to think about for sure. You do have a large possibility of being invaded here. So hopefully I will get invaded and you guys can see me get owned by somebody who's probably all twinked out. Alright, so let's talk to this guy here.
Why not?
So we're going to give him the large ember, say yes to that. And what we will do here now is modify our equipment. And we can upgrade Uchikatana to +6. We'll go do that now. Bam, +6. And we can also reinforce our weapon even further. So what we need to do that is a couple of large titanite shards. I've got a few, not many though, from killing those slugs or leeches or whatever they are. So now we're at +7. Now we can keep going if we have more large titanite shards. Unfortunately we do not. Luckily though, we have the item that allows us to actually upgrade at a bonfire. So since we've done that to those items there, we can upgrade it at the bonfire once we actually get to it. Once we actually get more large titanite shards, we can upgrade our sword more. But we've actually upgraded it twice, so let's take a look at it. It now is up to 153 plus 57, so a little over 200. So now we are officially better than the dragon sword. It took a while, but now our sword is better than the dragon sword. And I always think it's better because of the moveset as well.